Hi everyone, hey people, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. It's just that today is here, popularly known as Jay, and you're welcome to the 9th episode of the first season of the Intentional Flow podcast. Alright, so I asked you guys in the last 2 episodes if you wanted us to stop at the 10th episode, and you guys said we should go all the way to the 15th. So yes, we are stopping the first season on the 15th episode. For today's episode, honestly, I almost didn't film this episode. That's because I've been having cramps and then headache, and I've had like a very stressful day. Coupled with my stressful day is the fact that I had like an online class that was from like 7 p.m. to like 11, so about 3 hours 30 minutes, almost 4 hours. But I was like, I said I was going to do this till like the 10th episode of it, so it's not even the 10th episode yet. Yeah, this is me forcing myself to do this. So in case my energy is not like the other episodes, you guys should just bear with me. Alright, so today I'm just here to rant. I'm just here to like talk about something that I know a lot of us can relate to, in the sense that we've heard it has happened. We probably haven't been on that end where we are actually stigmatizing people, or we've been on the receiving end where people are actually stigmatizing us. This is based on a particular conversation I had with a friend, and I just want to know what. Let's talk about it. Actually, he also suggested I talk about it. Stigmatization actually kills faster than what people deal with. At this point, I recommend Eyitomi Alawo's short movie on stigmatization. It's titled Stigma. It's on YouTube at Eyitomi Alawo's channel. I think I spoke about it like in the last 2 episodes, so just go check it out. It would actually shed more light in like a movie. Like if you like film, if you like to watch and have like a visual representation of what we're talking about, then go watch Stigma. So yes, when we're talking about stigma, we're talking about the things that people say and people do to certain people based off, how I said it in one of the episodes that our society is a religious society. We have religion, we have tradition, we have our culture, our beliefs, and all of that. So we hold those kind of things in high esteem. So because of religion, because of culture, everybody forms Miss Perfect. You know how they say, now who they catch be thief. You get, like, you can be stealing, but once you've not been caught, nobody knows you're a thief, right? It's the one that they caught that's a thief. So it's like a lot of people are even doing the same things that they crucify or condemn or stigmatize people on. Do you get? And a lot of people are actually even going through what the other person that they are stigmatizing, what they are going through. A lot of people are actually going through it, knowingly and unknowingly. But no, you will not focus on yourself. You want to focus on other people. So when something seems like it has deviated from the norm, it has deviated from what is termed normal, right? We tend to just stigmatize. You know how they say people give names to what they don't understand. So once people cannot relate to it, or once they consider or term it bad, then you're going to get stigmatized. To explain this better, I'm going to give scenarios, examples of situations that can make people stigmatize you. So for example, now you walk into a healthcare center, you're trying to get a pregnancy slip, you don't have a ring on your finger, you look young, you're teenage years, nobody wants to know how you got pregnant. What is in their head is you've been sleeping with plenty people, you have 15 guys, you've been having multiple sexual intercourse. You get, the painful part is you would expect that people who work in healthcare establishments, people who work in healthcare centers would understand and know better. But no, the judgmental eyes, when people are judging you with their eyes, they don't need to say anything. Most times the stigmatization even starts from the healthcare center, people that should even know better. You see people at the counter giving you eyes like, sister, it's like getting down call, your ways are not pure and everything, forgetting that you can actually contact this by other methods. Nobody even cares if you've been raped. They're already judging you before you even know what's up. And then if there are people around you when you came to get it, oh my Jesus, eyes will follow you inside the consulting room. Eyes will follow you to go and meet the doctor. And then let's even move aside from that. You have any disability, people are going to stigmatize you. It will limit a lot of things that you can do. You are a sickle cell warrior. We all know the struggle that comes with that. People will stigmatize you. What people don't know, they stigmatize. What people don't know, they give names to. You get? And then, let's not even talk about giving birth through IVF. You guys will start telling me if a child is different from a child. Like the fact that somebody had a child through IVF, does that make the person's child less than a child? Of course not. Or you give birth through C-section, there's a kind of stigmatization that comes with it, and that's one reason why people are not even encouraged to talk about these things. When they go through these things, they're not encouraged to talk about it because people will say stuff like, for example, if you give birth through C-section or you give birth through IVF, you hear things like you're not woman enough to carry your child. You did not carry your child, so you're not a woman. You hear things like you did not push your child the natural way, so you're not a woman. I could go on and on listing things, listing areas, listing scenarios. Stigmatization occurs. I'll leave you guys to like come up with like solutions, like how can we stop stigmatization? How can we end stigmatization? What can we do? For one, if you ask me, I would say if you don't know someone's true story, then you have no right to judge the person. Someone walks into a healthcare center to get a pregnancy kit and they don't look like they are married. You don't start to judge them from the counter. No, you don't know why exactly they are there. You don't know if they were raped and they are scared that they are probably pregnant and they came for that to get that test. This is me just saying there has to be an end to it. We cannot keep going like this. If you want people to speak up about things, then you have to stop stigmatizing. I know how we say stuff like, don't let what the words say bother you, don't think too much about what the word will say. But at the end of the day, can we really not think about what the words say? If we are being honest, why can't the word just be fair with what they say? Do you understand? Like, why can't we all as human beings just be kind with what we say? The fact that you see someone at a healthcare center doesn't mean they came to get the kit for themselves. The thing is, because of stigmatization, a lot of people don't speak up. A lot of people don't seek help. Because the thing is, the places you're going to seek help are the same places you get stigmatized. In fact, that's where the stigmatization will start from. You give birth through C-section, you cannot say it online because of what the word is going to say. You can't tell anybody because of what the word is going to say. You're going through IVF, you can't talk about it. Thankfully now, a lot more people are talking about these things, and we just, right now at this point, we have to encourage people to speak out more. Do you get? Because one, it's going to reduce like the rate of depression we experience, it's going to reduce the rate of death, it's going to reduce the costly mistakes you get that comes with it. So for example, a teenage child is raped, they won't have to think first about what people are saying. Rather, they will think about how they can get themselves checked, the next step to get themselves back together, you get, mentally, physically. Instead of us stigmatizing people, I feel like at this point we need to start looking for ways to help people, to actually support people, so people can learn to speak up and seek help. We complain that a lot of people die every day, but a lot of people die because of what you say. A lot of people die because of what I say. A lot of people die because of how we treat them. If someone going through some of these things I've listed and more walks into your environment, how exactly do you look at them? How exactly do you treat them? What exactly do you say to the next person beside you? You might think they did not hear, but they can see it. You know, when you walk into a place and people are giving you weird looks, you can tell. You know. So people like this, they already know, and they live consciously based on that knowledge. So instead of going to seek for help, instead of being free to live their life, because I mean we all have one life, we should be allowed to live that one life to the fullest. Instead of going to seek help and getting the appropriate help they need, they shy away from going to do that, and then they start to self-medicate. They start to like just hide things. The thing with not talking about something, you're not the only one who has gone through stuff, you're not the only one who's going through that same thing. A lot of people are going through it, but if you don't talk about it, nobody's going to make the move to talk about it. So if you ask me, I feel at this point, rather than stigmatize people, let's start encouraging people to speak up. Let's start encouraging people to seek help. Let's start encouraging people to do the right things. Like, let's actually focus more on people doing the right things when they get into situations like that, than condemning them or stigmatizing them. Like, you stigmatizing people does more harm than good to them. Let people be able to speak up about things they have to speak up on. Let people be able to seek help without you judging them with your eyes and your looks and your body language and your mouth. But let me know what you guys think. What are other ways that people stigmatize, and what do you think can be done? I've said my own view, I've said my own peace of mind. I said this episode was going to be short, and that's what I plan to do. I just wanted to just talk about this whole stigma because I feel like it's getting too much. It's hindering people from doing the right thing. Someone would have HIV now and they are scared to like go and get proper medication, proper checkup. Because why? They know the nurses are going to look at them with one eye. They know the people around the hospital, around the healthcare center are going to look at them with one eye. Or someone contacts like a sexually transmitted disease, yes, they cannot go for a proper checkup. Why? Because they know everybody is going to stare at them and give them the sad look. Now, which is more important? They going for the checkup and saving themselves, or they remaining out of shame and fear of stigmatization in their house and dying? Like, do we really want more death, or we actually want more people to get better? Which do we want? When we think about it, it would actually influence how we begin to react, talk, speak, you get, and relate to people moving forward. Alright, my shout out for today goes to you all watching this. My shout out for today goes to you all passing through or going through certain things that you can't talk about. Be free to talk about anything. And I only just spoke about certain areas. There are a lot more areas where stigmatization is predominant. I just could not cover all topics. I only just said the ones that I can remember at the top of my head. If you are going through any form of stigmatization, I want you to know that you are loved. You deserve to live. You deserve to be alive. You deserve more. You're important. You're special. The world needs you. There's a reason and a purpose for you being on earth right now. There's a reason why you were created. You're not a mistake. If you need to go and get proper checkup, if you need to go for help, seek help when you need to. Don't be afraid to speak up. Yes, the world is going to talk, but don't be afraid to speak up, and don't be afraid to seek help. It's better for you to seek help. Let them talk, but you know you've gotten the help that you need and you're doing better. They will be okay last. Now for you to just keep it in and allow it to consume you. So yes, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope I did not bore you guys in this episode. Let me just know what you guys thought and your opinion on stigmatization, and let me also know what you guys think can be done to reduce stigmatization in our society. Until I come your way again next time, hopefully I'm way more better than I am in this episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this with someone, tell someone about this podcast. I wish you guys all the best this new week. Have a very, very blessed and fruitful week. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. God, I really hope I make sense in this episode. I really hope I make sense in this episode.